My hip on you, I get my hip on you on the side, and I'm turning towards your feet, and I got my hands on your hips.
Hey, my name is Andrew. Friends call me Andrew or Bagley. You can see it like in many of my videos. And I'm a big Joe Rogan Experience fan. An old coworker of mine turned me on to the Joe Rogan Experience about 3 years ago. And I think it's pretty funny. I don't take it seriously because he smokes weed all the time and like does mushrooms on the show. So he's in about episode 1136. Say 1136. Damn, I was way off. It's on 1529. And like 3 years ago, I think he was still in the thousands. He was most definitely still in the thousands. No, he's in the 900s. Doesn't matter. Anyway, I wanted to know what it was like at the beginning because he started this 7 years ago. And like people have been following for 7 years, and that's fucking crazy. And also, the internet was a different place 7 years ago. You can do whatever the fuck you want. He said like they'd spend an hour on the shows just completely blazed out of their minds, each on their own webcam, like pre-COVID, just talking shit. And so the first episode is with Brian Redband, who I have seen on all of his current. Recently, him and Redband have been dressing up in spacesuits because they're conspiracy theorists. But yeah, Redband's a good friend of his. Coco Diaz, Hey Bravo, RE, Segura. I know all of his friends. Burnt Chrysler, the car, an alcoholic. So I just want to review the first podcast and see how it went. And going through, like, the snowflakes were a great touch. I don't know why he has not kept the snowflakes in these past 1,000 episodes. Also, the Make Me Hard. I'm assuming it's a gay pride thing, like literally. This reminds me, like, I'm Redband and Rogan is my dad. This is how I would be instructing him. I can barely hear me there. Also, first episode of the podcast, I don't know what the fuck audio is. Their audio is so whack. Oh my god. His website is his fucking Twitter handle, joerogan.net. Old people do .net, D-O-T. It's funny as fuck. He's just showing him what his stream link is so to advertise it.
Dead air bad. Where's Goldie? Yeah, we just started this. It's not very good.
Yeah, this is dead air. Dead air is when there's no one saying anything. It's one of young Jamie's favorite features about a podcast is dead air.
Oh. I was talking.
Oh, he's replying to this Twitter replies live.
Snowflakes
Live back
falling a
then.
bit annoying. Oh, come on. It's Christmas.
It's January
Video and sound are okay.
17.
The snowflakes are annoying. Does everybody feel like the snowflakes are annoying? Is it just one dude?
Personally, I love the snowflakes. Yeah, there's always a one buzzkill
Come on, it's beautiful.
in live chats.
Merry Christmas, you fucks.
It's January 17th, bro. It's not Christmas anymore, dude. Lip balm.
Killer little pipe.
It looks the same, though. Oh my god, I got my first weed
All you do is
recommendation
you go to a doctor and
in
say,
2011.
marijuana helps
I
me
was
sleep,
18. I never
whatever.
smoked weed in high school.
And the doctor would
First
give
year
you
in
one of
college.
the legitimate
I got a
recommendation.
It was so easy. It's still so easy. At least in California.
And then you go to these places.
I was born in New
and some
York
of them you
City,
get paid with a
Manhattan,
fucking
but
credit card.
raised
It's
in
the
Southern
shittiest thing ever.
California.
You
I'm
buy
currently
weed
back
with a
in New
credit
York.
card and you're like, what year is this?
I never thought I'd live here.
2009. But the rest of the country is still living in the dark ages. Colorado.
It's not 2009. It's 2013.
Right next
Say
door,
something, Redband.
that opened up, like, I'm talking like right next door. Like, there's maybe like one store I'm talking about. If you've never been to a grow room before, I've only been to one grow room. It was pretty interesting. There was a place in LA.
I think you had this conversation with Be Real like a couple years ago.
Place you can get. You ever watch that Housewives of Atlanta show? Oh,
my
there's
mom does,
nothing
and my
like.
sister.
First of all, there's nothing like white girls around black girls when they start talking black. I love that shit. I love when white guys do it. I love when white girls do it. To me, it's just like watching chimps at the zoo when they fuck each other when they go crazy. It's like, oh, this is weird. It's interesting. When
He's
white people around black people
white
start acting
women
black,
and black
there's
women
no better
speaking black
example
to
than the
chimps
Steven
fucking
Seagal
in
show.
the zoo.
Holy shit!
Totally
When he
already
does
had
that, he pulls up to a group of black people. He's like, "What up, cuz? What's going on?" Oh, dude, much love, much love. He talks black, like really condescendingly, and then
I'm gonna take you to the bank.
you know when he's in the car when the camera's on, he'll talk like Buddhist. He says like stupid shit. You know, the one monk was walking with the younger monk, and the younger monk says, "What is the way of Buddha?"
That's Steven
So the
Seagal's
older
cop
one
show.
throws him in the water.
So he talks black with his black suspects. And
he talks
like
like
Buddhist
he's two
and
totally different dudes. He talks like the Steven Seagal, who's like the mystical man, and the Steven Seagal, who is this fucking strange cop in Louisiana. He has a southern accent that he uses part of the time.
He's not even from
And
the
then
South.
occasionally he drops the southern accent and he goes with a full-on black accent, like where he's in the hood. But Steven Seagal is a fucking cop, like for real.
He
Like,
actually
puts
is a
on
cop.
bulletproof vest. He gets in his
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
car and they go fight crime. And it's like, who is letting him do this? Well, like, how
He's
crazy is it
legitimate.
that all you have to have is, and we came up with a game show called Make Me Hard. And what it was is the guy would be strapped into a chair and he would have this box on his dick, and with a light would go off in the box, and the light would indicate that he has a boner. And so we'd have like midgets eating
It's his dick
bananas
in
and
a
shit.
box.
Oh, he's getting hard.
I heard they wrote that from Andy
Samberg.
Samberg.
But the reason why we did it is one
JRE
of the gags
from,
was we had this really
Rick and
hot
Morty.
chick, and she climbs all over him. The audience is going fucking crazy.
This
They're
was
going
a
nuts.
show? It sounds like
And
Howard Stern.
This really hot chick, at the end of this, she pulls her tits out. He's sucking on her tits.
Oh,
whipped
that was on
cream, the whole
radio.
deal.
Of course you could
and
do
then
that.
she pulls her panties off, and she's
Wait.
got a dick. And the audience goes crazy. She was a tranny.
Oh,
I mean,
shit.
I've never heard a bigger wave of disappointment than when this tranny pulls out this dick, and she
I
was
would've
taking all
moaned
kinds of
too.
hormones. So it was like a dick that had been poisoned. It looked like dead.
Probably
it was like
purple.
dark. It was dark and
The man
shriveled
show
up
was
like
on
it
Comedy
burned, like
Central.
chemically burned. Like
That
it
was
was like a
before my
little
time. I
dead
probably could have seen it in
monkey dick.
2004. It
What's it
started
smell
from 1999.
And she
It
pulls
was
it
a
out and she
Corolla,
starts like
Uncle and Jimmy
swinging it
Kimmel.
around. And
Jimmy
the fucking
Kimmel's
audience
fucking
went
late night
crazy.
host.
And the guy sitting in the
This
chair
man
just
has
had this
Jimmy
look on his
Kimmel.
face of heart.
Jimmy Kimmel had transvestite hookers trying to get a dude hard with his dick in the box with a light signaling to say his dick got hard.
They approved
man has
all
a
that.
late night
But
show
what they
in
wouldn't approve is
2020.
the name of the show.
No,
Make
Jimmy.
Me Hard.
And he's skinny. He
They
was fat.
said
He's
that we
fat,
had to
Jimmy.
name the show Abuse.
That's weird because the Jordan Experience, he interviews people. He's just talking to the camera. And
Relevant.
Redband's his guest,
So
but he's
we're
actually
just trying
talking to
have
Redband.
something
Redband's not
that
even in the
people
shot.
enjoy. Let's have
Redband's
fun.
to
Let's
the
have
left
a
of the
good
fucking
time.
camera.
But it was
I don't
almost
think he's in the room
impossible
right
to
now.
try to have that good time. Tiger doesn't look like a male model. He looks like an unfortunate mix of ethnicities. Hey, but whatever.
Tigers look that bad.
Whatever.
He's rich. And he's a legend.
look,
he
I'm
won the
that dude
Masters
Choke
a
Red
couple
band
years
out,
ago.
please.
Look, I'm that dude from Crawl.
Choke Redband out.
That's shit that Pants Laberman thing that had the eyes on his hands. Like Guillermo del Toro, dude. It's pretty badass.
Guillermo
but
del
I
Toro.
gotta say,
He still says his name wrong. He says it wrong like a couple weeks ago. I forget who the fuck he was talking to. It's Guillermo del Toro. Guillermo del Toro. Guillermo. Guantanamo del Toro.
his book sucks. The Strain. Really good
Bad.
book for
Fear Factor?
Fear Factor, for sure.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
Fear Factor paid more money.
Fear
But
Factor
News
is
Radio
funny
was
as
more
fuck.
money. News Radio was like a privilege. It's like what the whole time I was doing, I was like, I can't believe. First of all, I couldn't believe that I was on a TV show. That was just like.
I don't even know what News Radio is. He always
I
mentions.
didn't really.
That's how he
do
built the
much
studio
acting
that
before.
he currently
I
has
acted
today.
in one other
All that
sitcom
money.
that I got from doing stand-up
I've never
comedy.
seen an episode of News
In
Radio.
1994, I don't.
Phil Hartman
Nuts,
was.
you know.
I think he was on SNL. I think he was a voice in The Simpsons. His wife shot him.
Pretty incredible
Shotgun.
job.
I think she was
but,
like
Fear Factor
had
was just
bipolar disorder or something, or she was like
You know what I'm saying?
Red Band needs to speak more. He's like, I'm interviewing Red Band.
Brittany Murphy thoughts. You know what, man? I
She
don't have any
killed
thoughts
herself.
until I find out what killed her. Everybody
Oh
says it was
yeah,
drugs,
Brittany
I don't know
Murphy.
if it was drugs.
She was Eminem's love interest
Her
in
husband
8
doesn't
Mile.
want to have an autopsy.
She
Kind of
OD'd.
strange.
She wasn't
really
that.
strange.
Everyone's like, she was such a great actress. She was
That's
like
Especially
like a
since
great
obviously they were
B-list
going to do
actress.
it anyways, because it's kind of like why she died.
Yeah, unless you killed her. Free booze and they're out
Oh, yeah.
clubs every night.
Annie
alcohol
Lederman.
gives you liquid courage, and if you're performing every
JRE.
night, you might be drinking every night. If you're drinking every night, you're gonna have a fucking
Bill Burr
problem.
back in the day.
Eventually, that shit's gonna break.
So many comedians. Gotta have vices.
Conspiracy
Everyone
theories
has a
are only
vice.
reason to prove facts. Yeah, well, there are real conspiracies. Most conspiracy theories
Like
are
Jeffrey
stupid,
Epstein
because
didn't
people
kill
wanna find
himself,
the
didn't hang
mystery
himself.
shit. They want to find Bigfoot, when meanwhile there's a
Bigfoot
bunch
people
of
are
real
too
live
excited
animals
to see
that are way
Bigfoot.
more interesting than
Alright, it's good conspiracy
Bigfoot,
theory.
if we found Bigfoot,
Joe has had conspiracy
Bigfoot would
theories
be in a
since the
fucking
first
cave
episode.
right next to the monkeys.
That's good.
If
It's
we
legit.
found them. If we really
the
caught
weed.
them, they would be like, look, there's a big... Oh, there's fucking crocodiles that are real. They're alive. They're gigantic.
Oh my
They're like
God,
fucking
the
30 feet long.
crocodiles.
They can hold their breath underwater for like hours at a time. They don't have to eat for a year. I mean, crocodiles are fucking crazy. They're literally dinosaurs that are still alive today. They were exactly the same way as they are now, hundreds of millions of years ago. Nobody gives a fuck. Everybody's looking for the Loch Ness Monster. You know,
Yeah.
there's something that people
I want to fuck with a crocodile.
really,
I
really
wanna
get
fuck with
into
a crocodile.
when it comes to
I
conspiracy.
feel like he's talking to
You know,
me.
and I've been
He
guilty
is.
of it myself. You know, like I used
Red
to really be
pants
into
and kids.
UFOs. All kinds of stuff.
Oh,
like
you
that.
still
So I kinda
are. You're still in
realized,
UFOs.
Like, what I'm into
That hasn't
is the unknown.
changed.
What I'm into is like
Choco Malik.
That Opie and Anthony thing just really got to me on both sides.
Yeah, you were upset at Jim Norton. You think
Well, I was on both sides. That got me upset. I thought they both handled it.
It's hard having a fucking intelligent conversation at 7 o'clock in the morning. You know, whenever I do those morning radio shows.
Dude, Opie and Anthony doesn't even exist anymore. Anthony Cumia got in trouble for like, he got canceled.
Shit. It's hard.
Sick. Isn't that what that means? What does sick
What
mean?
happens to the Iceman now?
Sick is still
You know, I
used,
don't
Brian
know.
Redband. Everyone uses sick.
If I type on this, is this gonna go to my Twitter?
It's gonna twit.
Okay, so how do I tell people?
It's gonna tweet.
See, you can add new chat.
That's how new
boxes.
Twitter was.
Oh, you mean on Twitter?
Or
Yeah.
on Twitter. I still have Twitter.
When you post on here,
Everyone has
it automatically makes the link.
It does?
Yeah. See how everyone has this link, your link underneath it.
Is
that cool?
What is this hate?
So cool.
What is that?
That's just what it's on. You don't have to put the Joe Rogan that yet. Okay. Okay. Yeah. That's for other people. So they don't get nervous.
Redband's tapping his feet.
Sick in like commas or in.
Sarcasm.
I mean, kind of, or like.
No, that's sarcastic.
Excuse me?
When
Brian.
people write sick.
Brian.
S-I-C.
That's actually a legit.
spelling incorrect.
He's not even listening. Dude, Redband isn't even like
How
being
high am I
noticed
right
right
now?
now.
1 to 10? 4? Probably like a 4. There's 230 of you motherfuckers in here right now. We're rolling strong, bitches. 230. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to all of you.
It's January 17th. Back then.
I'm a fan of Jeet Kune Do. I'm a fan of Bruce Lee. I'm a fan of his
I was a
idea.
fan of Bruce Lee.
To add all the I mean, he was really the original mixed martial artist. When I started out as a kid, I did karate, and then I started doing taekwondo.
Chinese Connection,
Each one of
Enter the
those
Dragon,
disciplines,
that's a fire
karate
movie.
and taekwondo, wanted you to think that their style was the best style, the end all.
That's how they're doing all. I'm a big.
Karate.
There was
they
like
didn't
a year
want you
where I
training
just
with Taekwondo
watched
people,
80s,
Taekwondo
90s,
people, they didn't want you
Chinese-based,
training
Hong
with karate
Kong-based
people, you know,
karate
judo
movies
people,
with
they
like
didn't want you training
Donnie
with
Yen, Jackie
people.
Chan,
It was
Sammo
like
Hung, and
everybody
Yun Bao.
was, like, really
They're the three
attached to their
dragons.
style. So
They
really,
went to
Bruce Lee and Jeet Kune Do,
opera
that's
school
the
together where they all
original
learned martial arts as well.
That's the
Donnie
original
Yen's just
guide
another
to look
martial
at,
artist.
You know, all the different systems that take what's useful about from each one.
And
Bruce Lee was
all
a-
the
he was a
medieval
genius with
China
martial
folklore
arts,
movies
way,
with
way,
Kung
way
Fu,
ahead.
it's always schools against schools fighting to see which style's the best.
I like this because the question is,
He was a part of the culture, like
The same Aztec
San
culture
Francisco
that the
hate
government-
Ashbury movement, where it's like
Yeah,
everybody
government
was
had
doing
a
acid. All these people
lab in
were,
Haight
like,
Ashbury,
good acid. So
and
all
they
these
created
people, like,
fucking
really coming together and
Charles
really,
Manson.
like, releasing their egos and their their identity.
Okay, cool. He
and
talks about
kinda,
this
like,
currently, so
losing
cool.
themselves in a movement.
He still kept this ideal.
hippie movement of the
I think this is
60s,
why he
which
does
seems
this.
like really stupid now. We look at it, it's like, God, look at these idiots with long hair and stupid clothes. But what they were
People still
doing
do
was
that, bro.
they were radically departing from the previous culture. I mean, the difference between the 50s and the 60s is fucking gigantic. The difference between like Buddy Holly and Jimi Hendrix is like, you know, I mean,
You know,
that's
wasn't
another
Jimi
world.
Hendrix the
I mean,
70s,
that's
60s?
not like a
60s was like the
evolution.
Beatles,
That's an evolution that would
Rolling
have taken hundreds,
Stones.
or not, maybe not even gotten there at all. It's almost like they needed the drugs. They needed acid and mushrooms and pot and peyote. They needed all that shit and heroin to launch themselves like from one frequency to the next one. And the 60s were a totally different frequency
Sucks.
when it came to music, when it came to culture, and
I wasn't even alive.
that
I was born in
set
83.
the stage for what happened in the 70s and the 80s, and with the really crappy music that came from the 80s and some of it in the 70s, but
I know
definitely the
80s
80s.
music is
what that
bad.
is like this consciousness, this
It's just 'cause
incredible
the
music
synthesizer
where these
was
people
made in
were,
drum
like, really,
machines.
like, tuning into the
Hey, you
art
got
of
Run
it
DMC
in
from the 80s,
60s.
got
Like,
Eric B. and
more
Rakim.
60s music is
Got
like
Big Daddy
classic
Kane.
fucking shit. You know, that you hear today and you go, God damn, that's a good one. The apps. Look, but
That sucks.
It does suck, but I'll take being able to use the phone over that. I like using the phone. I like when I'm driving.
Joey Coco Diaz always
I
calls
get my
Joe
business
Rogan.
done. You know
Said,
what
"Love
I'm
to
saying?
call my friends
I
Joe
have to
Rogan."
get shit done, and I
love
have to talk to people. And sometimes I have conference calls. Sometimes I do interviews while I'm driving my car. You know.
But like you would call me up
That's
and you'll
crazy.
say
I've never
something.
done an
What's
interview
that?
in
How
my
do you do
car.
this or something?
I've,
Like on my
I've done it like
go
a Subway,
you
I've
can't go
done it like
you can't go
McDonald's,
That's weak. Yeah.
apartment,
It is weak, but I'll
school.
take it. I'll take that and have a Shiny Happy Jihad. The first name for that CD was going to be "Weed Made Me Smarter." I was going to call it that.
No
But I
way he
decided
named
that
one
was
of
kinda
his
That sentence doesn't
albums.
sound
Weed made me smarter.
Shiny.
Yeah,
It's not supposed to be like
know
a
what I mean?
correct sentence.
Right?
It's supposed to be funny
Right.
and silly. It's supposed to, I think that I'm going to do a book though called Weed Made Me Smarter. I think that's the name of the book.
Shiny
You know,
Happy
'cause it's
Geo
like a
in
good
2007.
name for a book.
That's pretty funny.
It's like
Such a weird
it
sentence.
grabs you.
That was the one I saw on Netflix. I saw it Triggered. I gotta watch Strange Times.
8 hours a
Did you watch that?
That was
video
that
posted
long
where they go
ago?
to
I
the
thought that was
airport
like
and start
later in the
spraying people
podcast.
and
Oh, so we knew Jamie before the
called
podcast.
the new
I gotta watch that episode with Jamie. That was before my
I don't want to
Joe
get addicted,
Rogan
man. I got problems.
experience.
I get addicted to everything. I get addicted to pool.
Or exposure to.
I used to play pool 8 hours a day, more even sometimes. I used to get addicted to video games. That's why I'm scared of golf. I've never played golf. I'm terrified of that shit because I know dudes who play golf. They can't. They sit around all day and practice fake swinging. They get addicted, you know. And I get very badly addicted to games. So I try to lead my addictions to things that benefit me now. Like pool. I like pool.
Yeah, it's probably
I
really
don't
good
play as
place
much
to-
as I used to. I just fuck around with it. But like jiu-jitsu and stand-up comedy, I try to be addicted to things that are beneficial to me instead of things that are just gonna like eat up all my day, which is what pool used to be for me and what
How do you
video
play
games
pool
used to be
all
for me.
day?
I used to have real fucking problems.
I play video games like 4 hours.
Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed the drawing.
At night.
I twittered a drawing.
8 or 9.
I was like 18 or
It's like
19
towards when
years old.
everyone goes to bed.
I just did want to be a comic artist. Red Dragons, indeed. Red Dragons.
Have you seen the new preview for the new Karate Kid movie?
Oh, with
It's
Jaden Smith
Black
and
Karate
Jackie Chan.
Kid. They're redoing the Karate
With
Kid,
Jaden
but
Smith?
the kid's black, and I think it's Will Smith's kid.
Yeah, it's Will Smith's kid.
It is.
That's
awesome.
crazy.
Dude, Jaden Smith is a rapper
Karate's making
now.
a comeback, man. The other
Jaden. I
cheetah.
think his name's just
Don't
Jaden.
fuck with Karate Kid, man.
I'm only on Rush Hour
Marijuana
4
would bring
though.
California
Rush
out
Hour
of
2,
bankruptcy.
3,
You
all
know?
Rush Hours.
Don't fuck with the Karate Kid. You say that like the Karate Kid was like some awesome movie.
Dude, it's a childhood memory.
Karate
Like,
Kid
they
1
fucked
is a
up G.I.
shitty
Joe,
movie.
They fucked up Transformers.
The
Was
second
G.I. Joe
my
a
one,
whole
movie?
childhood.
Was
I think
G.I.
it's
Joe
when they
a
go
Yes,
to
and it was
Japan. That's
the
what
worst
it's called.
movie ever.
No, but I mean before that movie. What was it before?
Oh, before it was a
comic
cartoon
books.
series.
Cartoons.
G.I. Joe would fucking Channing Tatum. That was a good movie.
It is.
They killed him in the second movie.
It was horrible.
Like in the beginning. I think it's because they couldn't afford him. He had scheduling conflicts.
About flotation tanks. These are what this guy's asking about is a thing called a sensory deprivation tank, and what that is there's a tank filled with water.
Does he already have that? Oh my
You can
god.
Google it, and there's
He still
videos
speaks
of
about
me
this.
making
No
it.
way, this is the
Brian
first
made.
episode.
Brian made. If you see any of my videos from my website, and you go, wow, those are fucking really cool, creative. This guy, so that's Brian Michael. He's a fucking video genius, bitches. Recognize. And we made a
Recognize you,
really
Brian
cool one
Redman.
that explains the isolation tank. But what it is a tank of water that has 800 pounds
No
of
sounds.
salt. in it.
Focus
The
on your
water's
breathing.
heated at the same temperature.
Dude, he had
as your
this
skin.
before the
And
spa.
salt makes you very
No
buoyant,
way.
so you lie in the water and you float.
That's
And
like people who go to the Dead Sea in the
fact
Middle
that water's
East.
heated to the
It's
same
just a
temperature
float
as
in the
your
ocean.
skin, you don't feel it. So you're
You can do
floating
that
in
at
this
home.
water. You don't really feel the water anymore. The water and the air and everything, it all feels like one thing. It feels three. then
Literal
two.
audio
Okay,
issue
see, then
troubleshooting
one.
live on the first
One,
episode.
One.
So Brian Redban's not a guest. Brian Redban is the
One,
technical expert.
one,
He's apparently his
one.
website video editor.
Most people are saying
his
it's time between
stream
1 and 3.
jockey,
so let's
I
go.
guess. The stream mechanic. Kind of like what Alfredo is.
Fuck
in
you and your threes.
Achievement Hunter.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's disrespectful. That's very strong.
How's your Melrose? New Year's show?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be at the Melrose Improv. If anybody's in LA,
Nice.
the Improv on Melrose.
Back when
I'm gonna
everything
be
was
there
open in Los
on
Angeles.
New Year's Eve. 2 shows. I think it's 8 and 10.
Are you sure?
Alright, if this is
Shows?
Christmas, why the fuck does it say January 17th
I heard one
YouTube?
show,
What the
and then
fuck is
just on
that?
Improv's website they
It's
have
literally
like an early
incorrect.
time that you can go to eat dinner, and it looks like a second show.
They gotta tell me what the date is. I hope they tell me what the actual date is on the podcast, because I don't think January 17th, 2013 is
And
correct. If
Vegas
it's
the
actually
following
December,
day
it might
at
be
the house.
December 25th, 26th,
Following day,
2012.
January 1st, House of Blues.
Vegas.
There's a December.
And then
31st.
That's Washington. Why do you do that? Is that something you grew up doing? Or?
Dude, it's December 24th. Okay. So, it's December 24th on this filming, but on YouTube, it says January 7th, 2013. What the fuck is up with that, YouTube? Why is it so incorrect? I don't understand.
Grown up.
You do it at midnight? Like,
No.
How do you calculate that like that? That's so off.
Better get some good shit too. That's all I'm saying.
What happens when it's the end of the world and we're looking back on history and we're trying to recount
what
important
sucks is
dates and
that
then you
my
fuck us with that
parents
shit, YouTube?
sent me
What the
money.
fuck?
And then I took
Come
that
on,
money
Susan.
to buy them presents and actually spent more than that they sent me.
Yeah, if you're awake
If I
on
would have
Christmas Eve,
waited and
you'd
sent them
open
presents
presents, no
first,
doubt.
and then they got me money, I
No
would have felt
doubt.
like I got something. But I felt like I just bought them presents. And it's all about timing, you know? If I,
They sent you money to buy them things.
Yeah, it
right.
depends how
It's
you're
like,
feeling.
what,
as a
when
Trade
you're
this
personal
for some
shopper.
good
Yeah, basically.
But if
We'll
I
just
would
get
have
gift
sent them
cards
something
nowadays, or
first and then
Apple
got
gift
money, I would
cards,
have felt
Amazon
like,
gift cards are the
cash.
best.
Right.
Google
That's
Play
funny.
or PSN cards,
Interesting.
Xbox Live cards. Is that Joey?
Oh,
Might be
how
Joey.
much longer should I be?
It's his wife.
Okay,
His
you want
wife.
me to end soon? Hi, Muffin.
It is
Daddy's-
his wife.
Daddy's
No way,
on the
I can
internet.
hear it in my headphones. I can hear him.
Okay.
His family talking.
10 minutes, okay? Okay. You
Ladies and gentlemen.
That's the reality. See? You see me
Oh, your
fucking
wife.
stand-up comedian / cage fighter? No, pussy whipped husband and daddy. Daddy has to stop smoking weed and doing his little webcam show because everybody wants to eat and they want to open up Christmas presents. Merry Christmas, you dirty bitches.